Qatar, a small Gulf state with limited arable land and harsh climatic conditions, has long faced structural challenges in achieving food security. The country imports over 90% of its food, leaving it vulnerable to external supply chain shocks. However, Qatar has transformed this vulnerability into a national priority, leveraging advanced technology, strategic planning, and state-led innovation to build a resilient and sustainable food system. This case study explores how Qatar, particularly under the leadership of His Excellency Sheikh Tamim Al Thani and during pivotal periods like the 2017 Gulf blockade and the COVID-19 pandemic, adopted forward-thinking, tech-enabled strategies to safeguard its population and economy. In June 2017, Qatar was subjected to a sudden blockade by its neighboring countries, cutting off vital trade routes and access to food supplies. The crisis was unprecedented, and it could have had devastating consequences. But instead, it served as a catalyst for transformation. The government, under the leadership of Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani and supported by proactive public agencies like the Ministry of Municipality and Environment, MME, responded with resilience, agility, and most importantly, a robust embrace of technology. One of the immediate responses was the launch of a National Food Security Strategy, 2018 to 2023, revised and strengthened to include technological innovation as a cornerstone. The strategy emphasized local production, diversification of import sources, and the creation of strategic reserves. Technology was embedded across all layers, from production and logistics to monitoring and data analysis. High-tech agriculture, hydroponics, aquaponics, and climate-smart greenhouses. With only about 6% of Qatar's land being arable, the government prioritized the development of high-tech agricultural systems that minimize land and water use while maximizing yield. A series of initiatives were launched to promote controlled environment agriculture, CEA, using hydroponic and aquaponic systems. Hydroponics, a method of growing plants without soil using mineral-rich water, was heavily promoted through government-backed subsidies and R&D. The Qatari company Agrico emerged as a pioneer in this field, building climate-controlled greenhouses capable of year-round production. These greenhouses are equipped with smart sensors and AI systems to monitor temperature, humidity, and nutrient levels, ensuring optimal plant growth in harsh desert conditions. Aquaponics systems, which combine aquaculture, fish farming, with hydroponics, were developed in pilot projects with international partners and local universities, including Qatar University and the Qatar Foundation. These systems allow for closed-loop nutrient cycles, significantly reducing water consumption, an essential innovation in one of the most water-scarce countries on Earth. Qatar's food security efforts also intersect with its national water management strategy. The country invested heavily in solar-powered desalination and wastewater reuse technologies, integrating them into the agricultural sector. The Public Works Authority, ASHGAL, and the Qatar General Electricity and Water Corporation, Qaramar, collaborated to roll out treated sewage effluent to sea networks, supplying nutrient-rich water to farms and greenbelts. As a result, water efficiency in agriculture increased dramatically. Farmers were trained through government programs to adopt drip irrigation and smart moisture sensors, enabling precision irrigation based on real-time soil data. Digital platforms and agricultural data integration. To ensure real-time monitoring and decision-making, the government launched digital platforms to centralize agricultural data. The National Food Security Analytics Platform was developed with support from the Ministry of Municipality and Environment. It aggregates data from farmers, logistics providers, satellite imagery, and import-export data to provide a comprehensive dashboard for policymakers. This use of big data and artificial intelligence allowed the government to forecast supply-demand gaps, identify logistics bottlenecks, and optimize subsidy distribution. Farmers are now equipped with mobile apps that provide weather forecasts, pest alerts, and market prices, helping them make data-driven decisions in real time. Livestock and aquaculture, technology-driven expansion. Qatar also undertook massive efforts to scale up local livestock and fish production using advanced biotechnology and smart farming techniques. The Baladna dairy farm, now a symbol of national resilience, used automated milking systems, cow comfort sensors, and herd health tracking to produce over 90% of Qatar's dairy needs within 2 years of the blockade. In aquaculture, the Ministry of Municipality and Environment introduced floating cage systems and digital water quality monitors. Hatcheries were established with climate-controlled breeding tanks using AI to monitor larval development. These systems have helped reduce reliance on imported seafood, while creating a sustainable blueprint for marine resource management. An often overlooked aspect of food security is the robustness of supply chain infrastructure and storage capacity. The government launched the Hamad Port Food Security Facility project, a state-of-the-art logistics complex integrating grain silos, rice mills, oil extraction lines, and cold storage, all monitored through smart logistics software. These facilities use blockchain-based inventory systems, ensuring full traceability and quality assurance from port to shelf. By digitizing customs clearance and warehouse management, Qatar has dramatically cut down food import lead times and reduced spoilage. The COVID-19 period, a test of systemic resilience. When the COVID-19 pandemic erupted in 2020, global food systems were again thrown into turmoil. But Qatar's investment in technological infrastructure paid off. Automated greenhouses continued production without human labor. AI-driven logistics ensured seamless movement of goods despite curfews. The government quickly integrated food delivery apps with supply data to prevent hoarding and ensure equitable distribution. Online marketplaces, supported by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, were scaled up rapidly. Farmers were onboarded onto e-commerce platforms with payment integration and digital inventory systems. This shift not only maintained food availability but also helped farmers access broader markets with increased transparency. Government-backed innovation ecosystems. Qatar Foundation, through its arm Qatar Science and AMP, Technology Park, QSTP, played a pivotal role in nurturing agritech startups. Companies developing AI crop monitoring, satellite-driven yield prediction, and automated irrigation were funded and fast-tracked into the market. Additionally, the Qatar National Research Fund, QNRF, supported dozens of research projects focused on genome editing, salt-tolerant crops, and biofortification. Collaborations with international institutes such as Wageningen University in the Netherlands and ICBA, International Center for Biosaline Agriculture, enhanced knowledge transfer and innovation localization. Education and workforce development. No technological transformation is sustainable without a trained workforce. Recognizing this, the government integrated food security and smart agriculture modules into university curricula and technical programs. Qatar University and Hamad bin Khalifa University now offer specialized courses in precision agriculture, agribusiness management, and climate adaptation. Additionally, vocational training centers were set up to upskill existing farmers in the use of drones, IoT sensors, and automated machinery. These programs were largely subsidized by the government, making high-tech farming accessible to even small and medium-scale producers. Sustainability, climate resilience, and food sovereignty. Qatar's food security model is not just about survival, it is about sovereignty and long-term resilience. The use of renewable energy in greenhouses, the reuse of wastewater, and the move towards circular economy principles signal a forward-looking, environmentally sustainable approach. Initiatives like the National Climate Change Action Plan 2030 and Qatar's second National Development Strategy include food security as a core pillar. Technology is being used to monitor soil degradation, biodiversity, and climate patterns, allowing the country to stay ahead of potential threats. International cooperation and diplomatic strengthening through the lens of food security, Qatar has also enhanced its geopolitical influence. Strategic investment in agricultural assets abroad, backed by sovereign funds, and long-term import agreements with countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America have diversified its supply base. These agreements are often embedded with tech transfer clauses, ensuring Qatar imports not only food, but also agricultural know-how. A model of resilience and smart governance. Qatar's response to food security challenges, particularly during the 2017 blockade and the COVID-19 crisis, stands as a case study in visionary governance, technological integration, and national resilience. The country has moved from reactive importing to proactive production, from dependency to sovereignty, and from vulnerability to strategic strength. Through a combination of smart farming, data integration, sustainable water use, digital logistics, and government-backed innovation, Qatar has built one of the most advanced food security systems in the Gulf, and arguably the world. This transformation is a testament to the strategic foresight of the Qatari government and its unwavering commitment to the well-being of its people. The story of Qatar's food security is not merely about overcoming crisis. It is about using adversity as a launchpad for innovation, and about building a future where technology empowers sovereignty, sustainability, and self-reliance.